Para hindi mabasa si Mami. Mabasa ka dyan, Mami.
And it's raining, but it's not going to be raining now.
Nou, links optiek? Nee. Ja? Dat is een souvenir.
Pinanganak ako sa ulo ngayon. Ayan, magtutur kami ngayon. Sakay kami na ano, ayan o. Sasakyan namin o. Ayan si Mami, Ililing. May ilog, pwede maligo, maglaba. Pwede maglaba. Ano ba tayo?
Model village, small model village
Ha?
of Lourdes.
Ikot lang tayo.
Hindi Visit tayo dyan. Come.
Sure?
Yeah. Sige na, baba tayo dyan.
Sunod na.
Baba na tayo.
Sakay na lang tayo ngayon.
Mami, binayaran natin yan. How many minutes? 1 hour. Nay, huwag kang magpayong.
Pasok dito.
Yan, ipakita mo yung ticket. Ito sinakyan namin.
In English? Yes. Okay. You wait 2 minutes. Yeah?
Yung nagkahoy ang inukit. English or German? Wait. Kunin mo na yan
The train comes back in 1 hour.
Yeah.
For you, 1 hour. So take your time.
Yan, babalik siya ng up to 1 hour.
Don't wait here 1 hour. You're busy during 1 hour. Station. When you hear beep, you move to the next station. Number 2 on the left. Every beep, you move to the next one. Okay. Driver guide.
Welcome to Little Lourdes, which is a reproduction
Thank
of
you.
the village of Lourdes as it was in 1858.
Huwag mong pindutin.
You're in front of the first Lourdes railway station, where steam engine number 29, called the town of Besley, entered for the first time in 1866.
Dito ka lang. Dito ka lang, baby. Yan ang tabi ka.
Now that Bernadette has died, and his company will have the length of the visit, you are going to go back to the time of the apparitions.
Nila.
Naambun ko ba? Pate. Pate. Payong. Yan, tourist guide namin si Kleine. Payungan mo.
Bartres.
We are in one of the
I stayed here twice. The first time I was put out to a wet nurse at the age of 10 months, in November 1844. She was called Marie Lagus. I came back to Bartres from September 1857 to the 21st of January 1858 to help my nurse to look after her sheep. The sheepfold, you can see, was for me a real haven of peace. As soon as I was able to, I used to go to the village church to pray and think about my family living in such poor conditions in Cachot.
Payawan mo yung anak mo. Excited? Yan, next day. Naglabay ta.
Let's leave this pretty little village of Bartres to discover the Escoubet Mill, 5 kilometres from Lourdes.
My father worked in this poor mill from October 1855 to April 1856. The whole of my family lived together in a hut at the village entrance. My mother worked in the fields, while my father was working in the mill.
However, the job of milkman did not suit Mr. Souvenirs, who went back to Lourdes as a day laborer.
I was arrested by a sergeant as I came out of the church.
We will continue. Below, you can see on your left, is dug into the wood, through the Lourdes. Built down here by the police station. It has been noted that
Lansang bibi ah. Yeah, number 3.
The Massabielle rocks. On the 11th of February 1858, my sister Toinette and my friend Jeanne Abadi went with me into the Massabielle woods.
the 4 young girls came up close to the grotto to pick up firewood. As Bernadette was taking off her clogs to cross the stream, she saw the beautiful lady for the first time.
I saw a lady dressed in white. She was wearing a white dress, a white veil, a blue belt, and had a yellow rose on each of her feet.
This lady appeared 18 times to Bernadette. During the 9th appearance, a spring rose up from the bottom of the grotto. Three days later, the quarriers of Lourdes dug out a basin, where later the first miraculous recoveries came about.
the Ribert Prairie. On the 16th of July, 1858, I felt a mysterious calling. It was 8 o'clock in the evening. There were barriers forbidding access to the grotto, so I went all the way round and came to it from the other side of the garden. I was with my aunt, Lucille Castéreau, and I saw Our Lady for the last time. She greeted me and smiled at us from above the fences.
On the 5th of October, Emperor Napoleon III gave orders for the barriers to be taken down. Bernadette could go back to the grotto, but she was never to see the beautiful lady again.
The Savy Mill.
A short distance away are Antoine Nicoleau's mill and the sawmill, both on the Savy Canal. Nowadays, the grotto's printing press remains.
I had to go over the mill bridge to get to the grotto.
The route taken by Bernadette was marked on the ground with a red line.
The old bridge, the lane to Baus. I used to cross the Gare, the only bridge in Lourdes. I went past the quarries as I walked along the Baus lane.
This local lake later became Grotto Road. At the top end of the lane is the 45
Excuse me.
Baus gate, situated
Your
at
guide and the rain of bounce there.
Together this one.
You can go up for the prison there.
it was demolished in
This not
1871
side.
so as to widen the Baus lake.
Yan. This comes to here.
Belong yan na.
Wrong.
Yeah.
The castle.
That is ship the castle.
Standing opposite it. Made as we saw it of stone and cement, we can be sure that it is the exact copy of the original. All the ancient buildings were recognized in these towers, which were over 1,000 years old. It took over 2 years to build.
Ikutin mo yan. Ikutin mo rin siya dahil hanggang ano.
Wall Street.
Here is Broad Street, which used to be called Royal Street, and was the main street of the town.
Container yan ako.
Soxtobo is this Boogie Street.
In 1856, when my father left the Stugas mill, we settled into a poor home in this street. Then he asked André Sajus, his cousin, if we could move into the cash shop, of which he was the owner.
Yung mo yung anak mo.
Pt.1 Street, in Cashel.
We are in one of the narrowest streets in Lourdes, and in the middle of this street is Le Cachot.
My parents lived in this new home for almost 3 years.
Ito yung ano,
I
no?
lived there
Yung
from All Saints,
simbahan.
1856, until June 1857, and again from the 28th of January to the end of July 1858. Just a few pieces of furniture to decorate this narrow cell. 3 small beds, an old trunk for clothes and linen, a table, and 2 chairs. The only windows were on the right and overlooked a yard
Ito.
never reached by the sun rays.
Kami yung anak ko.
Now we come out onto the marketplace, where peasants from surrounding valleys have come to sell their produce. Pyrenean cheese, poultry, and also their hams, which with those of the Basque country are known under the official production name of Bayonne hams. This market used to be one of the most important in the region. On the day of the 6th of March, I was arrested by a sergeant as I came out of the church. He took me to the Superintendent Japanese office, where I underwent thorough and unpleasant questioning.
The old town hall is near the fire. It has been there for just a century.
Yeah, that is the police station. Who is that?
After a fire in 1904.
Police station?
Like today, a cemetery and a tourism office.
That one.
The post office.
We're going to go down St. Peter's Street now, where we see, as we go, the old walls of the church. On its right is a very old building, which used to be the Carré printing press, and straight after that the post office. We can also make out the old Traversière Street, which leads to Bath Street. At the time of the apparitions, Abbot Peyramel had been in Lourdes for 4 years. Bernadette did not feel very brave when she found herself outside his door on the 2nd of March, on the 13th appearance.
Alis mo.
Father, I have come on behalf of the lady that I see at the grotto. She tells me she would like a chapel to be built for her, and processions of people to go to the grotto on pilgrimages.
Abbot Peyramel asked Bernadette the lady's name.
I asked her, but she just smiled. I have asked her 3 times in 2 weeks, but she just goes on smiling. When I plucked up courage to ask a 4th time, she said, "Que soy era Immaculada Concepción."
I am the Immaculate Conception. This is when Abbot Peyramel understood what was happening in the grotto, and he became Bernadette's most faithful defender. Later on, the abbot left the presbytery and ended his life in an old house in Langella Street. This was demolished in 1877 to build the Hotel de Poste. The presbytery has now become the town library.
Ladies and gentlemen, this model and the village you are able to admire outside are the work of a Lorraine Railway employee who dedicated all his spare time in an attempt to bring to life the old face of Lourdes. For his masterpiece, the artist worked in plaster. This is a hard material, and yet at the same time delicate when it comes to sculpturing the least detail in it. To do this, he took some 15 years and used about 2 tons of plaster. You can admire the finesse of the sculpture in the steeple. The smallest details, such as the columns, the bell turrets, and the lines which you see going up the spire, are absolutely all out of the same block. 25,000 cuttings were necessary for making the windows, which are an exact reproduction of the original. The whole thing was done to a scale of 1 in 20, following photographs and authentic documents. The crown Virgin is placed here provisionally, for it is a unique model of patience and precision. The railings are cut in zinc plate and measure 1 meter 20. It was necessary to design for the weight of the sword 2,500 times in order to realize it. The rosaries were worked in the same way from tin cans. Ladies and gentlemen, the model which you see before you represents the Basilica of Lourdes, such as it was around 1870. At the request of Our Lady, work began on the crypt in 1862 and continued until 1865. On the 19th of May, 1866, Monsignor Lawrence celebrated the first Mass to be said in the sanctuary of the grotto. Bernadette was present, there being just a month and a half before her departure from Milan. Above the crypt stands the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. For its inauguration in 1872, 25,000 pilgrims flocked from all over France. Abbé Pirama, still parish priest of Lourdes, had amply realized the wish of the Virgin. On the 2nd and 3rd of July, 1876, the Apostolic Nuncio of Pius IX consecrated the basilica dedicated to the Immaculate Conception. There was a crowd present of 100,000 faithful, 3,000 priests, and 35 bishops. Lourdes had already become an important center of Christianity. You see the grotto as it was before 1954, the Marian year, when in preparation for the centenary of the apparitions, many modifications were carried out in the grotto. The 3 buildings on the left were the old baths. They have been replaced by the present water taps. Previously there were only 12 taps, such as you see here. In the corner of the grotto is the former sacristy, which was knocked down so as to clear the access to the grotto. The railings and pulpit and a great many crutches and walking sticks were also removed. The altar which you see here is no longer at the grotto. It was taken to Rome after the visit to Lourdes of Cardinal Roncalli, later to become His Holiness John the 23rd. Dear visitors, we thank you for your visit. We hope that this has been of interest to you, and that you will be kind enough to recommend us to your friends and relations.
nagsasalita sa inyo sa music? Ha? Halo. Ha? Bumalik tapos lagay. Oh, may ano.
Ayun, no, hindi natin na ano. Si, ano, ano, dito tayo.
Yeah.